So, welcome back to Faithful Friday. For the first case for this week, we are going back to my home state of Texas. Specifically, we are going to San Antonio. This case is considered kind of controversial. It's not like well known, but the verdict that our killer got is kind of should be kind of talked about considering how short the sentence was. Some people think she should have got longer. There's some people think that she should have been like no sentence at all. She should just walk free. I definitely have my thoughts on it. Always give your thoughts down below on it. If you know anybody involved in the case, definitely know. Just a heads up, this case does involve incest, so just a heads up on that. And so yeah, with that being said, I'm just going to quit my rambling, and let's go get started. So we're going to start with Andrea. I want to call it Andrea, but it looks like it's, from the way her name is spelled, it looks like it's pronounced Andrea. One of those. Anyway, I'm going to call it Andrea. Basically, she was born in 1981. When she's 14, she gets into an arranged marriage by someone with the name Kareem Abdelaziz. And so eventually they have 4 kids together. Apparently sometime in 2013, her husband will want to go visit Palestine to go visit some of his family. So he asked his nephew, Muhammad, like, hey, can you watch my wife and kids, make sure they're okay while I'm over here in Palestine watching my family. So like I said, he is Kareem's nephew by blood. Okay. And so since Kareem is married to Andrea, that makes Muhammad Andrea's nephew by marriage. So Muhammad was apparently born in 1993. Apparently he was born here in the States. Did school in Palatine, but eventually returned to San Antonio at age 16. He went to the University of Texas while working at his family's restaurant. He would, of course, start an affair with Andrea. The affair itself was actually said to have lasted like a year and a half before he went to Washburn University for 3 years, with the goal of being a human rights lawyer. And apparently when he came back after those 3 years, he apparently was abusing oxytocin, Adderall, and alcohol. On the fateful day of August 9th, 2016, Muhammad would apparently come to Andrea's door, apparently bang on the door. Apparently he would eventually get into the house and start beating on her in front of her kids. So then, of course, she calls 911. He gets put in handcuffs. She tells him don't arrest him, so somehow they just like let him go, and then they leave. He then apparently would start beating on her again after they had left. She stabs him, apparently in self-defense. So then, of course, apparently he flees out the house, goes to his car, and apparently crashes inside the house, believed to be from the stabbing, because apparently she stabbed him to where like he wasn't able to concentrate on getting away properly, and that's how he was able to crash in the house. So then apparently he dies. Police obviously come back this time, now that somebody's dead, and she gets charged with murder. So Andrea, like I said, she was charged with murder, but I guess somebody just casually had bond money and was willing to bail her out because she was released on bond within like 7 hours. So it was actually said a neighbor, I guess they went to the news and said, hey, I actually recorded most of the fight that was going on until the police had told me to stop. And so apparently the neighbor would eventually get her phone back because I guess she had enough evidence on there the police were going to use, or I guess I didn't want to use. And eventually she gets her phone back to be cracked, which would be annoying enough. But apparently she goes back, and most of the videos from that day were apparently missing. So you take that as what you will. And of course, Andrea, as you can imagine, she's claiming self-defense, claiming, hey, he had a addiction to prescription drugs. And now you can ask his then wife, because apparently Muhammad had been married at one point while he was going to Kansas, trying to pursue this whole law school thing. And that he apparently had actually threatened to kill her in public multiple times. And so then somehow the jury listens to all this, and she is deemed guilty, but she only gets sentenced to 2 years. So as you can imagine, this happening in 2016, and the trial happening not that long after that. Unless she did something else, she's out. Like I said, that pretty short sentence is kind of controversial. So like I said, do you think she should have got longer? Do you think she should have not got any jail time at all? If the abuse claims are true, definitely know what you think down below. If, like I said, you know anybody involved in the case, let me know, because it did happen in San Antonio, Texas, to be specific. And so with that being said, that's pretty much all I have for this case. I cover failed females 3 times a week. Subscribe for failed females, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.